All right. Okay. Good afternoon, fellow friends. Can you hear me? Testing, testing. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Maggie, for responding. Okay. This training will take about 1.5 hours, more or less. Okay. So, um, I believe all of you are the third. That means going to start e-invoice in January. Okay. So okay. Okay, where you should start this training. Okay, so you go to my website. My website is chntch.com.my. Okay. So over here, there's a few trainings that I prepared the website, like a web page. So you can go to this page for the to guide you how to start the e-invoice easier. Okay, so first thing is to download this program, this general guide. Actually, this is for you to guide you to set up my invoice portal. If you already have your my invoice portal set up properly, then you can ignore this. But I still need to go through this because some might have not yet set up this part. So I will show you go through this guide quickly. Okay, so for this page, this guide, right? Actually, you have a few topic, right? So you can see from here. Okay, the link from my invoice portal. This part actually we have two here. Show you two links. Okay, first of all, I need to tell you this meeting. You can ask questions anytime. Just unmute the mic and then you can raise your questions and you can stop me from any time lah. So no need to wait until I ask whether you have any questions or not. Then you ask your questions. You can feel free to ask. It's don't be shy. So okay, first in this guide they show you two links, right? So I believe you can have this. The one of the link is mytax.hustle.gov.my. Another link is called preprod mytax. So don't use this link anymore because it's going to go live. You don't need to have do a lot of testing anymore. So this one you don't need to use anymore. You just register or log in this. Okay, if you are the business owner or you are the director of the company, okay, so you need to log in using your own IC. Okay, so from this guide here, there's a first time registrations. You may ignore this first time registrations topic because if you already have the MyTax login, which means previously you have submit your income tax before, so then you already have your MyTax account, so you can skip this first time registrations. This is only for those never log into MyTax at all. Then only you need to do this first time registrations. Okay, so the next steps is link your company. If your company is Sdn Bhd, and link your company if you're sole proprietor. Okay, actually these two their steps are similar. Only that one is you need to select is a director of the company. Another one is you select as a sole proprietor. Okay, so this part I will show you here. Okay, once you log into I will show you using my pre-productions account, but it's almost the same, almost the same. Just maybe a few menu difference. Okay, so first of all, after you log in, you will show you here the role selection is actually individual. So from here, you might see your company names over here. If you're already here, which means your company already registered. You already registered as this company in a link to your account. Okay. You also will see employer. This is for PCB submissions one. So you need to check on this part. Pengarah, pelanggar syarikat. So if your company name is not here, then you need to follow this thing, this link. Link your company, Senyap Berhad, or link your company as a sole proprietor partnership. Okay. So okay, if your company name is not here, okay, this guide, you can go back and go through it later on. If you're not yet set up, you can go through it, download and go through it. Okay, so I just quickly show you from the actual website. So in this profile here, you click on the icon, the main icon. Okay, there's a raw application. Raw application, you need to select new application to register a new company. Okay, and then type of role. Okay, if you are Senyap Berhad, you choose this one, director of the company. For Senyap Berhad, you choose director of the company. For those sole proprietor or partnership, you choose business owner. Business owner. And then you enter your TIN number. Okay, this is let's say Senyap Berhad. You select your TIN number. Okay, wait. Or the company registration. So let's say you key in your company name, company registrations, and it will show you this information. Okay, then you need to submit your supporting document. So the supporting document, those SSM document, you must make sure you have include those documents that show you are the business owner of the company with your name and your IC inside. Some of the customer they just submit their Form 9 or just Form 9 only, but the information is not enough. You need to show them that you as a director of the company or the business of the company. So you combine, you can merge those informations, those PDF into one PDF file, then you submit to them. And then you can submit like this. Okay. So once you submit, usually it will take, if quick, it could be a few hours, then you can straight away, you will be able to see your company register already. Otherwise, it might take a few weeks. The last time it could take a few weeks. Usually for those submit the information complete, right? Then the process will be quicker. Okay, so if you go here, okay, page 10. So the steps actually is very clear. You just go through it, then you should be able to get it set up. Okay. So after you get your company registered, okay, go back to my text. Over here, you select your company, and there's a My Invoice menu on top. You click on My Invoice, and you will open into My Invoice portal. For first time customer login, there's terms and conditions that you need to agree with. So the terms and conditions could look like this. So you just accept it, and then first time you need to enter your company information. If for those business owner, that means a sole proprietor or partnership, right? Here is your personal information. So you just key in accordingly. Then only you need to, usually sometimes you need to key in your personal first. After you complete it, then only you will be able to set up for your company account. If you have more than one company, the sole proprietor or partnerships account, then you need to set up that after that. Okay, so you just go through this. All right. Okay, so this is a link to your company or sole proprietor partnership. Basically, they are the same. Only this is you select business owner. This part you select business owner. Okay. They are similar. They are similar. Okay. So the next part is once you have your My Invoice portal set up, okay, then you can change your taxpayer profile here. You can change your taxpayer profile. You should have, other than your personal profile, you have the company profile, view taxpayer profile. Okay. Okay, so from here, you actually can change the information if it's not correct, but the information like BLN, sometimes you might have this MyTax account set up before you try to set up. Okay, but when you log in here, the business registration number it's actually it's a old business registration number. This will have your problem. It will have problem to link to AutoCount later on. So if you see this BLN is the old one, you might go back to My Invoice portal, contact them and ask and tell them about your this issue. You can chat with them or submit email or whatever. But chat is okay already. It's quite good. Their response. So you just chat with them. They will respond to you, and you should be get it fixed in very quickly in a few days. So just you make sure this is a new business registration number. This BRN is a new one. Okay, and over here you just fill it accordingly. Okay, you will see QR code. You can generate a QR code, and then you can download this QR code. This QR code actually is very useful. If let's say there's a customer or supplier request your information from you, your tax, that means My Invoice registrations, the information, right? You can download this and then send it to them. They can upload this QR code into their accounting system or into the My Invoice portal for them to get the information. Okay, so the QR code will be like this. Or you can download. It's an image file. It's an image file like this. Okay. Later I'll show you where you can use this in AutoCount. Yeah. So sometimes you don't need to ask the customer to fill in the form for you anymore. Just ask them to share this QR code to you. Then you don't need to enter one by one all the informations. Okay. So over here, actually there are two main things you need to set up. One is called intermediaries. One is called ELP. Intermediaries is to allow AutoCount as the middleman between LHDN and your company. Okay, so here could be more than one intermediaries. If you are using other third-party system, other post system, right? Their post system, they also need to set up their intermediaries over here. So for AutoCount, for you to use AutoCount, right, you need to register intermediaries. So to add the intermediaries, you just click add here. So where you can get this information, TIN number, BLN for tax and taxpayer name. You can find this information from this document, from this guide, okay, over here. Or you can also get this from my website. I have put it up. Okay, so from my website, I have all include all the video, right? They generated by AutoCount, produced by AutoCount. So all the training video here, you can find it. If you have time, you just go through this, then it's good enough for you to set up to use AutoCount e-Invoice features. Okay, so you go through all the video. It takes about 1 hour plus. Okay, so for how to add intermediaries, right? The information also displayed. I also save it here, so you can copy and then paste it here. Paste it here. Then you key in the captcha. Then you search. Usually you get it and then you continue. Okay, after you continue, you need to set up the permission. Just follow the guide. So the permissions, you need to enable all permissions. Sometimes customer try to do it quickly until they left out this part, the permission, and then it's all not enabled. So you must enable everything, then only you'll be able to submit your e-invoice from AutoCount. Okay, so the representation from is today's date. If you register now, that means you use today's date for 17 December. Okay, this representation to you put maybe many years later, 10 years later or 20 years later, up to you. Okay, okay, just enter the date. Okay. But this one you need to use the today's date. Don't put 1st January. Don't put 1st January. If you put 1st January 2025, 2025, if you put like this, 1st January 2025, right? 2026. That means from now until 31st December, you are not able to connect to AutoCount server or LHDN server from AutoCount anymore at all. So you are unable to do a setup. So you must make sure you use today's date, then you can do the setup today. Okay, this is how you set up intermediaries. Okay, another one is to set up ERP. ERP, you generate this ERP and then you put in AutoCount's name, AutoCount, accounting. Okay, then you put 3 years, maximum 3 years. This secret, that means the password is valid for 3 years until it's expired. So you put 3 years max. Okay, and then next. Okay, I don't register too many already. Okay, so the next one, you will get this. You will get the client ID and secret one too from here generated, right? You save this information either in your notepad, into your Google Word document, or Google Drive, or OneDrive, whatever. So you just copy and then paste it another place, because you're going to use it when in AutoCount to link to LHDN. So you need this. So you just copy and then paste it over another place, another document. Copy this one and copy this one, same paste. So you just confirm and done. So you later on you need to use this in AutoCount. So basically, this is a document. This is the document that teach you until here. But the last part is to set up a representative, which means, okay, let's say you are the finance manager or the accountant for your company, and then this account actually you log in my tax, right, is using your directors, your boss login. But your boss don't want you have too many company, so they want to assign certain person to view only one company. So if that's the case, as a boss, you can log into your my tax account and then assign and appoint the representative. Okay, so let's say you have many company. You go back here. You have many company here. So you select the respective company, then only you appoint your representative. Appoint of representative here. You select the IC and then enter your accountant IC and then you submit. Okay, so can make your screen big. Let's see. This is already a full screen. You cannot see your. Are you using computer or using a handphone to view? Okay, I think this is the max I can show. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so you enter your accountant's IC here, and then you submit. But this is not the only steps. After you log in this, you need to let your accountant to log in using their own ID. It means accountant need to log in their MyTax also after you assign this representative to accept a few terms and conditions. Then that means when your accountant log in, they need to they will have steps to, okay, let me check on the, okay, select the company, okay, assign. So this IC, the individual must first register first. That means must have the MyTax account. Okay, and will prompt you the key. This prompt you the key means you key in your own password, login password. Okay, so the IC. So after the director assign, the accountant need to log in into their MyTax account. Okay, so they can select. They should be able to select this company in their list. So after that you go to my invoice portal. Right, the accountant need to log into the my invoice portal, also accept some of the terms and conditions. Okay, so after the accountant accept already, this director need to go into the MyTax here, and then go to the user. The director should see their accountant's ID here, and then there's a 3 dot. You can edit the permissions to allow this accountant to do what's the access right they're allowed to do lah. Okay, if the accountant is responsible for everything, you just enable all. But sometimes, besides accountant, you need to assign a clerk to log in, to check, and to reject some document, but cannot edit the rest of the information. Maybe if that's the case, right, you can just enable them to reject or cancel or submit or view document only, but cannot edit the company profile and do the ELP setting and the rest. You can define your users representative access right here. Okay, so this is a parts where you need to set up before you can use in AutoCount. Okay, so okay, this cover for the training part 1, first part. Okay, the second part is to set up in AutoCount. Okay, any questions so far? No, I continue. Okay, so in AutoCount, okay, after you log in AutoCount, okay, latest version that we have right now is version 2.2 revision 34. If you are not using these latest versions, you can contact me or contact my support line to update for you. Okay, so the latest version, you will see this e-invoice menu here. So go to, okay, there's a email setting. Okay, before that, you need to set up your company's MyTax first, tax entity first. Okay, in company profile, there's a tax entity or TIN options here. If this is blank, please create your company ID first. Company tax entity first. Okay, if you already have the information registered before, then you can find it over here. Otherwise, you have to add a new one from here. Okay. So to add the new tax entity, you are the business, you are local business because all of us are doing business in Malaysia, so we are local business. So business is not okay business. So you can enter your company company business registrations, everything according to your setup. Okay, so you see this part we call search. There's an icon search screen. Actually, you can search the company PIN based on the business registration number. Okay, for example, I go to tax entity and show you. Actually, the same. They are same thing. Okay, let's say I copy this tax entity. I show you. Okay, so if this is a valid tax TIN business registration number, you can click on this search TIN, and then click yes. Then system will automatically get the TIN number for you. So this is a very quick, very good features. Okay, and you also can, if for individual, sometimes you need to register for some individual for when you do the commissions, you need to do self bill, or you pay for the rental, you need to do self bill, right? Those individual actually you also can get the TIN their TIN number by enter their IC. Let's say you enter the IC number. Okay, you click this search TIN. Also, oh, sorry. Okay, the search TIN. Yes. So when you key in the IC, your system will able to search their income tax number for you. So this is a very useful features. Okay, now I go back. Okay, so you have to fill in everything. So the example for phone number, I just want to mention a few things you need to take notes. Those asterisk with a red asterisk is a compulsory field. We cannot skip it. The email must be valid. Okay, and also the phone number is better to start with 60. Okay, follow the example. Okay, then the rest is okay, just normal. So first thing, again, go to company profile to set up your TIN number. Secondly, you need to enable the my tax setting, my e-invoice setting here. Okay, under I'll show you again. E-invoice setting. Okay, over here there's a setting button. Okay, you have to enable the e-invoice and then set up according to your start date. Okay, so once you enter 1st January 2026, and then automatically this one allow interim realization period is until 6 months later. It means 30th June. Okay, my advice, you can disable this. It will be better. Okay, why I say so, right? Okay, if this one is enabled, it means from 1st January, every invoice will automatically tick as a consolidated e-invoice, which means it will not submit as a standard e-invoice. Your customer will not receive the e-invoice from you. So it's better to untick this one so that you start issuing standard e-invoice already. Okay, this is for the government allow you to have 6 month relationship period, so no penalty within these 6 months if you're doing anything wrong. But if you don't practice now, okay, when this finish already, you start your actual e-invoice in 1st July, then you make mistake, if they can penalty you. So it's better to practice straight away, go to the standard e-invoice features. And then after this, we also have this consolidated e-invoice features, even though you don't enable the relaxation period, this interim relaxation period, we still have these features in consolidated e-invoice. So we just enable this. You still can go submit a consolidated e-invoice. If even there's a walk-in customer do not require e-invoice, you still can issue an invoice as usual, and then submit as a consolidated e-invoice. Okay, so this consolidated e-invoice detail line limit to 250, you just leave it as it is. Don't change anything unless there are errors when doing submissions. Then you let me know. It will teach you what you need to do. Okay, and this use today's date as submission date when that document, the document that is not a valid submission state, right? This is when you're doing some backdated invoice or CNDN or future dated invoice or CNDN, then only this will kick in. You will use today's date as a submission date. So sometimes you miss up the billing last month, or your customers give you feedback late, or then you forget to issue the invoice last month in November. But now you want to issue the November invoice. Yes, it's okay. You can update back your invoice in November, but the submissions for e-invoice will be today's date. That's fine for in RHTN point of view. Okay. Okay. The last one is the enable edit validated e-invoice within 72 hours. Okay. So once this one actually is encourage you to enable it. It's a very useful feature, which means once you submit your e-invoice within 72 hours, you are still able to edit it. Actually, the way the mechanism behind is AutoCount will cancel your previous submitted e-invoice, because we are allowed to cancel the e-invoice within 72 hours. So the mechanism behind is AutoCount will cancel the previous submitted e-invoice and then submit a new one again. This is how they work at the background. But you just know, but in AutoCount here, you just need to know you can still edit the document within 72 hours after submission. Okay. So the default classification code, you can set one default classification code here. If most of your item belongs to that code. Okay. So okay, I think, let me see. Okay, most of you, right? Your business nature are not selling this if you are not selling breastfeeding product, not selling computer or childcare, all this the specified classification code, right? Then you will fall into this 022 others. Okay, unless you are selling the special industry, this special item, right, that require a different classification code. Otherwise, you can safely put 022 as your default classification code. So far, understand? And this part. Okay. So another email features is auto email. You can set up your email setting, your company email setting here. If you are using Gmail, it will be look like this. If you are using your own company's domain email server, right, then you set up according to your hosting company's provide, or your hosting company provide for the setting for SMTP server. Okay, so you can set up this and then enable system to auto email to your customer, but you need to define their email address in their debtor maintenance, and also you need to set up which invoice format, which CN or DN format you need to use. You want to share to your customer with the QR code inside. Okay. And also you can change the email content. So the email content, you can put in your own writing. This is a template that everybody will receive. So you can put in your own writing. This is how to, if you want to enable the email features, enable auto email. Okay. So this update e-invoice code list, right? Okay. Afiza. So which yes it means? What do you mean yes? Okay. Update e-invoice list code list is you come here and then press, unless you the government say there are new codes available, then we'll come here and edit and click this. So far, from the beginning, the launching of the last year until now, there nothing much change lah. Unless they say anything, then we come here and update the list. It could be there are more classification code. It could be there are more others code, right? They just come here and click. But we seldom need to do this. You know, read at home how to set up setting features, email. Okay, you click here, email set validation. There's an email setting. Okay, this email setting is related to the computer. If you key in this username, okay, in this computer, right? Later you can use the same email for your statement. The REST system send out the statement. Batch AutoCount have features to batch mail statement to customer. This is a setting that is shared with the batch mail setting, batch mail statements that features. So this, okay, the setting that you see from here, actually, because I am using Google, my company is chan.com.my. We are using Google Workspace. That's why my outgoing email is using smtp.gmail.com. But if you are using your own company hosting email, like those smarter mail, whatever, they come with your hosting company, right? They have your own mail server. So you have to put in your own mail server, the port number. You should be able to get this information from your mail setting, email setting. Okay. And the rest, just click according to your company, the company, that means a mail server setup. Then you can do a send test email for testing. Okay. So this email is the email that you send out. This email is the from email is showing on the top, but this tool must be using the same domain. Same domain. It could be different email, but the domain name must be same. You cannot be here using chan.com.my, my own company email, but here I put e-Invoice at gmail.com. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. Your system will show you error when this happens. Okay. Is it okay? Is it clear? If you have encountered issue with this part, you get back to me or my support team. We will assist you. Yeah, this is a one-time setting. Can it be sent email? Yes. Yes, it can be sent email. This email and then this email could be same. Okay, but later if you want to use the features to batch mail statement of account to customer, also this email will be the same also. So if you want to use different email, then you need to go to another computer to set up this, because this setting is in that particular computer, is not in AutoCount database. So if you in your office network you have 2 or 3 computers, every computer can have different email setting. Okay, so I'll continue. Okay. After you enable all this, right? Okay, this e-invoice status for this database already registered and activate. And we have AIP. Port on connection timeout could be same like you or based on our PC. Based on the port, right? It's based on your email server. It's based on your email server. So depends on your email server. Is it necessary to create email for e-invoice purposes? Not really. Not really. You need to have the special email to send e-invoice. You can use by your existing one. It's okay. But some company they will create another email, separate email, to send and receive e-invoice from supplier and send to customer, because they are very huge volume. So their daily invoices is a lot. Then they will have another account to monitor this. Otherwise, they will lump together. It will mess up with your existing customers' sales email. That's why they create separately. So the second part, actually, you will, if you are not seeing this, your e-invoice is activated, right? That means it's not yet registered. Okay, for you to register this part, okay, before you can activate, right, you need to give me your company's tax tax PIN number, BRN, and also company name. Or it would better still, you capture this screen, you capture this this part to me. You capture this part to me, and then based on this, we have to register in AutoCount license portal first. Okay, so I need to register your company information in AutoCount license portal. Then only you are able to register at the second part. So when you register this at the second part, you need to enter the client, the ERP client ID and secret 1 or 2. Either one, you can use secret 1 or secret 2. You still remember, you just now create an ERP in My Invoice portal. So you have saved the client ID and secret 1 and 2. So you will need that over here, this part. So after you activate, right, then the system will show you this activated. Okay. So once the system show is activated, that means it's fully linked to AutoCount server, and you are able to submit the e-invoice anytime. Okay, come back to the chat. Okay, which need to click to open e-invoice setting. Which need to click to open e-invoice setting. Okay, the e-invoice setting is over here. E-invoice setting. Okay, you can call later. You can, this video I will upload most probably tomorrow into YouTube. Then I will share it. You can get, I will share it over here. I will put it somewhere over here. So you can come back here and view it. Okay. So that's the part where you need to set up your e-invoice in AutoCount. Okay. The next steps is, okay, you can create, you have to get ready for your debtor creditor account with a tax entity. Okay, in your debtor maintenance, you might have more than many debtors, right? So before this, you might already ask the customer. You already ask the customer for the information. That means their e-invoice informations. And then if you have those information in Excel, then you can come to my website here to get these steps. Okay, this is under training 3 already. Under training 3, how to set up a tax entity in AutoCount Accounting. So there's a training 15. There's a import tax entity file. You can download this. You can download this template for you to import to to AutoCount. It means you can fill in all the information in this template, then you can copy and then paste into AutoCount import functions here. There's an import from Excel functions for the import tax entity. If you already have those informations in Excel, right, then you can paste it here and then import. Okay. If you don't have those such informations, okay, there are many ways for you to update your debtors. Okay. For example, okay, let's say I did this one. Okay, I did this one. So for example, if this is your customer that you want to update the PIN number, first way, okay, is to use the get PIN from AIP server. Get PIN from AIP server. So you click this get PIN from AIP server, you click search. If it shows in the list, which means this account already registered to AutoCount AIP server. Okay, for example, okay, because not every database I can search here from here because I'm connecting to the testing server. So the database is not complete. For example, I key in my own company name. If I search, you should see this. Then if this record is correct, you can add to text entity. This is one way, first way. If you already have this information, just add to text entity. Okay, if the information is not here, like just now the PPP, okay, search, you get no result. You can request company tax information from them. Okay, this is another way. That means you set up your email, your own email, info. Okay, and then this is the customer's name, and then you can generate the link. You get the link, and yes. So this link you copy, and then you send it to your customer via WhatsApp, via email. Up to you. Then when they open, right, they will open. It will be the server name is from AutoCountCloud.com. So if they are worried that it's a scam or not, okay, you just make sure you just assure them that it's from AutoCountCloud.com. So it's not any phishing link or what. So they can enter their information. They need to register their email. Okay, enter the rest and then tick this one. Share your company tax information. Tell your customer to tick this one. And then submit. Okay. So once you submit, the customer will receive an email. You also will receive an email. So the email that you receive, right, could be something like this. I'll show you the example. Okay, the email that you receive will be something like this. It's from AutoCountCloud.com and then into your own email. So you will get this information. So this is a view only. This is for you to view only. But your customer, after they register, they also have received an email. But the email come with another link. Is to edit the link, to edit the information. Because people might tends to make mistake, right? So sometimes they key in the wrong information. They want to edit, right? Ask your customer to go back the email and check the email for this. There's a link to edit the company information. This is for customer to update back the correct one. So you don't need to send another link for them to register. Just ask them to go back to check their email and get this link and then click to edit. Then they can correct the information and then submit. There's a verification. Okay, so this is the second part. Okay, first is to search through the AIP, or second one to request a tax information. The third one is they already have you. Let's say they already fill in all the form for you. You just need to fill in for them into system one by one. So you can do this. Okay. So over here, this tax entity obtain here. Okay. Melissa. Okay. Can you repeat again how to share the link to customer? Okay. I share it again. You go to get link from AIP server. This is a request company tax information. You click this one. Okay. Okay, just now already requested. So this link is it will appear. So you can copy the request link. If this is the first time you request, right, you need to key in your own email. You need to key in your own email. If this is the first time request, so this is the second time request, they only show you one link. Just copy the link and then send it to WhatsApp. Maybe you can copy and then paste it to WhatsApp and then send to your customer. Okay. So over here, there is a generate. Yeah, unless you want to generate a new request. So I think usually we copy using the requested link, the same link will do. Why our certain customer when we get PIN number filled up in system, the system inform not pass LHDN validation, is it wrong detail or LHDN not registered yet. Either your customer is not registered their MyTax, or the BRN and the PIN number is not matched. Or it could be their MyTax, the BRN, right, is the old BRN number instead of the new BRN number. There's a few possibility. So when you fill in, usually it's because of the BRN and the MyTax, the tax and the PIN number is not matched. Then only you cannot key in. Okay. So when, okay, this is another way to add new directly from here. Okay, if you add new directly from here, the good thing is it will copy all the existing email address. I see which customer can do. Okay, it will copy all the existing email, phone number, and also the billing address into system. For example, you want to add new from here, you click add new. Okay, so some of the information already copy over. So registration, business registration is copied, and this tax MSIC you need to select according to your customer's feedback. Okay, the rest already copy, but you still can change, you still can update it. Okay, so with this TIN number, you search, then you can get the TIN number. The BRN, after you key the BRN, you can get the TIN number. For example, if you enter the AutoCount company business registration number, I show you. If you key the correct business registration number, you click this one, search TIN. Okay, yes, system will get this for you. If you search TIN, it will show you no result. I cannot find, right? It means something wrong with their my invoice setting. Okay. So this is one of the way. If you want to update quickly, right? This is another way to update quickly. Okay. Another way. Okay, too many ways already. Okay, one more way is to import from QR. So if your customer has their MyTax set up, they can download their this QR already. Ask them to share it to you. That's it. No need to troublesome so much and then key in manually. Okay, okay, let's say you have the QR code, so you can import QR code. Let me see whether it's here. Okay, so this is the QR code picture. You just open. So everything is follow your MyTax information. So this make no mistake already, because this one exactly same as what they enter in their MyTax my invoice portal. Okay, this is another easy way. So you can import from here. In your capital maintenance, right? In your capital maintenance, after you edit, there is this a small drop down icon. You button, you click this import QR. Or you can import the QR code also in this part under tax entity maintenance. This is where all the tax entity will gather or maintain here. So there's an import QR code button also over here. Okay. Our tax entity maintenance is shared to debtor and also the creditor. So if your supplier, also you can put it here. Okay. Why we need to enter the supplier PIN number and update into creditor maintenance? Since we only need to issue e-invoice to the customer. Okay, but why we need to enter the TIN, the tax entity for the supplier? Okay, this is because so AutoCount has the features, the new features to import the supplier e-invoice for my invoice portal. Okay, so when you set up this, then we will be able to link and do the matching to console whether you have entered the supplier invoice in our system in AutoCount, and then is it matched with the e-invoice that in my invoice portal. We can do the consolidations like this, right? And also, when there's an overseas supplier, you need to issue the sale bill. So you also need to maintain the TIN number. So at this moment, you still have 2 weeks times to start your e-invoice. So take time to update the tax entity for your debtor and creditor. This I think will take most of your times to update. Okay. So tax entity have another way. If you have maintained your customer database well, with all the email address enter, you have all the email address. You also can send this batch request link to request a TIN number from all the customer in batch, one shot. Okay. Over debtor maintenance, there's a find button. Can we maintain two same company as debtor? Yes. You can have the same company name, two debtor account. This could be they have multiple branches. This customer have multiple branches, but the company is one company. And then you want to maintain different debtor account code, different statements. Then you can have two debtor account for this purpose. But both company are able to link to one tax entity. The tax entity is one, but you can share with a few debtor account. It's okay. So this find button here, after you click, you can search without the keyword. You search without a keyword, that means it will show you all the customer. And then I check all. There's a batch get TIN. Just now I show you to get TIN for one particular customer, to get the link and then copy and then WhatsApp to them or email to them. Okay, this is batch get TIN. You do it in one shot by email. Okay, so batch get TIN. Just now you see, I tick when I search, right, my result is 19 customer. I tick all the 19 customer and batch get TIN. However, in this list, only less than 10. 1, 2, 6 customer appear in the list, and not the 19 that I select. This is because the rest of the account has been filtered out because it's already have the TIN number set up. That's the reason. Okay. It only show you those account that without the TIN tax entity set up. Okay. Over here, you need to enter the email address, but my advice is update your debtor maintenance or creditor maintenance email address instead of you update here, because when you update here, you do one job, but after this, your debtor maintenance still blank. It won't reverse update your debtor maintenance. So better you update your debtor maintenance, and then it will be reused for the system to send the e-invoice to the same email. Okay, so the email setting is following the one that you set up previously. You need to key in your own email. Then you click this generate request link and then send to them. Once the customer receive and then they reply and then they update to you, right? Then you come back here again. You can click this retrieve and update tax entity. Yeah, but this one is also depends on your customer whether they have time to reply or update the form for you or not. So this is another way. So all these features I tell you just now, you can go back to my website and then you go through the video here. Okay, all these are included in the training video. Okay, so the next maintenance. Any other questions? Okay, if no questions, I will continue to for the item maintenance. Okay, in item maintenance, stock item maintenance. Okay. For e-invoice related field is this one, classification. This is a classification code that you need to define in your item maintenance. If this is not defined, system will use the default classification code. So if you all the item that you sell to the customer is using 022, right? Actually, you don't need to set up anymore. You can rest assured that your setup is well. You can continue the rest of the other job. So this part actually no need to set up anymore. Unless, okay, you say most of the items are 022, but certain item I need to define differently. Okay, for example, in this list of the account, I have sell iPad also. I sell iPad. That means iPad belongs to 03003. It's under computer, smartphone, and tablet. So I need to define this item using this classification code. So when I maintain in item maintenance, system will use 003 first, then for the submissions. Or if the item is classification code is blank, that means system will use the default classification code, which is the 022 that I set up in the e-invoice setting. Okay. Other related column that's related to the e-invoice is this e-invoice measurement. But there are a lot of measurement here, but it's not a compulsory field. So generally, most of the customer, or I can say 100% of the customer actually they leave it as it is, leave it blank. Because system we will not submit using our own BRN, own this unit of measurement. But e-invoice they have their own unit of measurement code. So we need to enter. Then only we'll use these tools. The submissions are in all e-invoice portal. We'll use this UOM, the measurement. Okay, but you can leave it as it is. It's not a compulsory field. So generally, this is the only column you need. Okay, another one. AutoCount also update this must generate e-invoice. In what situations you need to generate e-invoice as a must generate e-invoice. Okay, for example, you sell sand. You are a construction company. Let's say you are the construction company. Not construction company. You're selling the construction material. So this construction material, which if this is under schedule 4 schedule of something like lembaga pembangunan, this 4th schedule, right, actually you can search for online. It's a document. It will show you what are the items that is included in this schedule. So this construction material is you need to generate e-invoice. You cannot go for consolidated e-invoice. So whenever you sell this item, system are not allow you to save without you getting the TIN number from your customer. So this is just to prevent mistakes happen. So this one is tick, must generate e-invoice. If you're not selling those kind of special items, right, then just untick this one, it means you still can submit standard e-invoice. A standard invoice for the consolidated purpose. Okay. So this is item. This is how you enter your items classification code. Okay. But okay. Also, we have features to quickly update all the items or a few items, right? Quickly. This we are calling it as a easy item maintenance. So there's a find function, same like just now the find in debtor or creditor. So find function here. You say you can search certain group items. Let's say you are selling a lot of items, like including computer. Computer is just part of the your item list. So you can search only for computer, for this group, you filter it out, and then when you want to update the computer to 003 in one shot, then you can do this. Okay, I'm showing you how to do it in batch. So what are the items you need to include is up to your how you key in the keywords, or you want to search by group or by type. Okay, now I'm searching without without filter, without keywords, so I search for all the items. Let's say I want to update all the items using this easy item, and there are a lot of information here, so you just focus on these two buttons will do. The blue one is called select all, so it will select all the item in the list here. Okay, you click this select all, just highlight already, highlighted. So there's a range set button. These two buttons only, range set. Okay, so select the classification code that is a field that you want to update. Select the code that you want to update. Let's say I want to update to 022 for all. 022, and then I apply. Okay, so I save again. So system will update the classification code for all the items to 022 in one shot. Okay. Now this is how you make use of the easy item maintenance. Right. So this is an item maintenance for your items. This one is you can do it very quickly lah. What takes you more times is the debtor maintenance and the creditor maintenance. Any questions until now? Okay, you can go back to the website, my website, to refer back. So we have finished until this part, item maintenance, easy set up item maintenance. E-Invoice must do stock control or not? No, if only use accounting software for ARAP submissions only without stock control can. It's not compulsory you must have stock control, but to submit e-invoice, you must issue sales invoice and not AR invoice. Okay. In AutoCount, e-invoice, you see, if you're using AR invoice to update the account only, but here we actually cannot submit the e-invoice. You must use the sales invoice for submissions, for e-invoice submissions. The stock item, when you key in the invoice, without item code, you just key in, let's say management fee. Some customers, they do this. They just enter the item they charge the customer, and they update their account here. Column chooser, account number. They update their sales account here. Right? It's okay. You can submit this. As long as this 022 is 022, as long as the classification code you put in, and also you have the account number, then this invoice actually you can submit. You can submit as a e-invoice. You can approve. So AP invoice, you can use AP. You can use AP invoice, AP DN, AP CN. But this one is for consolidation only. It means you need to match with your supplier e-invoice that they charge you. This for consolidation purpose. You don't need to submit from here because we don't submit to supplier. Only we submit to customer. Okay, now I continue with the e-invoice. It means the standard e-invoice issuing. Okay, let me double check first. My continue my setting. Okay, 2025. Fine. Okay, so when you issue invoice, actually not much difference from what you are doing now. You still issue your invoice as usual, just that okay, you copy, okay, let's say you copy a new, okay, you create a new invoice, you select the customer, okay, account suspended, okay, select another customer, okay, so you select this customer, you will see this PIN number at the right hand side, okay, which means this debtor already linked to a PIN number, but this PIN number seems like it's not a valid one, so later when you submit, right, it will show you the submission is invalid. Okay, I will show you. Okay. Okay, so I issued an invoice like this. So you will see the classification code column over here. Okay, once you set up in the e-invoice setting to use 022 as a default account, right, this will appear. Or if your item maintenance there already have your tax and they already have classification code defined, then we will use that item maintenance classification code. Okay, so now you can save as draft or approve. Save as draft, system will not send to LHDN and it will not post to AutoCount Accounting. There's no account posting. It's only draft. Okay, if this is a confirmed sales, right, you can click approve straight away. So after you click approve, you see the status straight away become pending. If you refresh, okay, it's invalid. Why is it invalid? You can see the status here. E-invoice status is invalid because the buyer PIN is invalid. Okay. So if this is the case, the PIN number incorrect, you actually can straight away edit the PIN tax entity and then to correct it. The BRN depends on what is the error message. Sometimes it's the email, sometimes it's the city is blank, sometimes it's the business registration is not correct. Depends on what information, what is the errors message show, right? So once you update here, you save, then you can do resubmit straight away. You don't need to delete invoice, you don't need to do a lot of things. Just resubmit will do. Correct the wrong information, then you can resubmit. Okay, this is a way. But if the information is not fixed, right? The information is not corrected, so it will remain invalid. So this invoice, right, is not a standard e-invoice, but it will be included in the consolidated e-invoice when the next month, before 7 of next month, right, you do the consolidated e-invoice, it will be included for submissions. System will automatically capture that. So no need to worry that you will miss out any invoice from submissions. Okay. So another case, I issued a cash sales. Cash sales, which is not TIN. Okay. Okay, let's say I issue an invoice like this and I'll approve. Okay. So the status for this cash sales, no e-invoice status. This is because this cash sales actually is okay, in our debtor maintenance, there's a cash sales debtor. Once if this debtor account is clicked with cash sales debtor, right, that means system will not submit e-invoice for them. It will become a consolidated e-invoice. Okay, I show you why how this invoice is submitted as consolidated e-invoice and not the standard e-invoice. So you open this invoice, you go to edit here. Okay, I edit this first. The edit tab, home and edit tab, there's different. So over here, submit e-invoice is tick. Okay, So even though it's not this one is not ticked as a consolidated e-invoice, but due to this account is a cash sales account, right? The debtor account is ticked as cash sales debtor, so there is no standard e-invoice submitted. Okay, but if you choose to others account, others company as other debtor account, so this is ticked. Okay, this is not ticked. So when you save, it will submit as a standard e-invoice. Okay, but same invoice, I create another same invoice, same invoice, same debtor. But if this is still consolidated e-invoice, you approve. Then there is no submission, no e-invoice submission. So system will submit this as a consolidated e-invoice later, or include in the consolidated e-invoice. Okay. Some customer they want to edit their invoice, okay, within 72 hours, then it's fine. You see, there's a countdown. There's a countdown of this valid e-invoice status. So before it become valid like this, you still can change it. It means you can edit, you still can edit, and then change the amount, change the quantity, change the add the item. You still can do the update. Okay. Okay, you can update like this and save. So that's the reason, because the previous invoice will be cancelled. So you need to provide the cancel reason, wrong quantity. Okay. So refresh again, it's submitted. Just wait for a while. So the countdown will start from 72 hours again. It means now this, let's say this invoice is still valid for another 48 hours before you can not edit. So if you now edit and then save again, the countdown will start from 72 hours again. So this is the way you edit your invoice. So for host, if there's no e-invoice status, the invoice not yet submit to LHDN. Yes, if the e-invoice status is blank, it means there is no standard e-invoice submitted. But this one can be submitted using our consolidated e-invoice at the end of the month or before 7 of next month. You still can include this. You use this consolidated e-invoice, the status will still remain blank. Okay, whose customer below 1 million not entitled e-invoice yet will add to console later. The software still can issue the sales invoice under company name without TIN viewing. Yes, your customer is not implementing any e-invoice, so they actually not requested e-invoice from you, but you still can issue e-invoice to them. It's up to you. You still can issue e-invoice to them, but if you want to issue the normal invoice, then you submit as a consolidated e-invoice. It's okay also. But if the invoice that you issue to them is more than 10,000, government, there's a rule. For any single invoice is more than 10,000 in value, you must issue e-invoice. So you must make sure you don't make this kind of mistake, because now at the moment we don't control that system are not prompting out if you're not issuing e-invoice for the invoice more than 10,000. So if it's not too troublesome to you, you might as well issue e-invoice. Yes, without without TIN number, if your debtor maintenance, you do not enter any TIN number, okay, system will not issue standard e-invoice. Okay, for example, I do show you one invoice. I create invoice to PPP Senyang Berhad. You see, this PPP Senyang Berhad has no TIN number set up. You don't see any TIN at the right hand side of this item code. Okay, you still can issue invoice like usual. Okay, 100 ringgit. Okay, so by default, you go to edit here. It's submit e-invoice, and the consolidated invoice is not ticked, but you can approve and save. System still save it as a normal invoice. And then this kind of invoice, if this is not HDN submitted, e-invoice submitted, right? You still can edit anytime. If your customer requests to split the 10K invoice into different bill, that is the choice is okay. Just that government have this rule, have this rule. More than 10K in one invoice, single invoice, you need to issue standard e-invoice. Okay. So far, any questions? Okay. So for the invoice, you can preview with our system format, which is have a bracket Malaysia e-invoice. With this Malaysia e-invoice format, right? You have a QR code. Okay. If you already have your own format, but without QR code, okay, now I'm going to teach you how to add in the QR code for your existing format. Okay. So for the invoice format, that the e-invoice status, which is valid, right? You preview using our standard format, Malaysia e-invoice, and there will be a QR code here. If the status is blank or is invalid, right? You preview using the Malaysia e-invoice format, the QR code will not show. It's blank. Okay, it's automatic. It's automatic. Okay. So for you to update your existing invoice, let's say for example, this is the 0 invoice is your existing invoice. Without the QR code, without QR code. Okay. So this is, let's say this is the original invoice. You want to include the QR code over here in this part, right? You can open your own design first, and then open Malaysia the system design with bracket Malaysia e-invoice. It means you open two design at the same time, at the same time, right? So you open this design, just copy this column, copy, and then you paste it into your format. Paste into your format, the current format. So that's it. You can do this for your CN, you can do this for your DN also, just like this only. No, just copy and paste. No very complicated. As long as you can access the report design function. Okay, so this is the format. Now you preview using the first format. You will see the QR code here. And then you open your other format that without e-invoice, you preview. No QR code. So this is automatic. The system automatically will show like this. Okay, some customer request to show the UUID in their invoice format. It's up to you. It's not compulsory. There's no rules like saying that you must show that, but it's your freedom. You want to show, it's okay. And I'll show you how to get those informations. Okay, let's say this is the first one is your own format. You want to show UUID over here. Okay. So you can click on this either these two box lah. These two boxes are related to the e-invoice. So you will see from here the list field, the field list. Okay. So those are the e-invoice related field. UUID is here. You can pull this UUID column here and then put it anywhere that you like. Okay. Okay, and then you can preview. So it will be like this. You want to left assembly, left align or right align is up to you. You want to add additional text in front. You can do this. There's a gear box, gear setting button. So under this format string, you can type, this is a UUID. As a prefix. MFIC code compulsory for debtor details. It's compulsory. Okay. So you can preview again. So UUID column, and then this is a number. You can put it this way. It's easy to design. You can change your format, the font type or font size, up to you. Okay, so this is how you create your invoice. Actually, the same process for sales invoice, cash sales, credit note, and debit note. They are same, just like how you edit invoice. Okay, but by default, our invoice actually have the approval workflow. You see, there's an approval workflow waiting approval. Okay, if you have user is responsible to create invoice, but you don't want them to issue a standard e-invoice, but you need, that means someone need to counter check the works before they do the submissions. Then you need to create different user ID for this. Okay, which means you need to create a different user ID. In my case, I create a sales agent, like SA, this stands for sales agent. So sales agent with a different access right, not the admin group, it's a sales group. So these sales agents are not allowed to approve e-invoice. Okay, this is the access right setting. Access right setting you can open under invoice, sales, invoice. Okay, there's a permissions, the access right for approve e-invoice. So sales are not allowed to approve e-invoice. Okay, so when you set up like this, the sales agent only allowed to save the invoice as draft or submit for approval. Okay, so then you will not have so many things you need to edit. But depends on you, because you still have 72 hours to edit the invoice. Some depends on whether you want to implement this or not. Okay, but let you know about these features. So when the sales agent approve, the sales agent save as a draft or submit for approval, how you as a manager or admin going to approve this? I will just quickly show you these features. Okay, now I'm going to log in the system using another ID, which is SA, sales agent. Okay, so sales agent can create invoice. And I create an invoice for AutoCount and sell a computer, 5,000. Okay, so this is sales agent account. So you see underneath here, only can save as draft, or save as draft and preview, or save as draft and print, and submit for approval. So either you want to if the agent is not confirm these transactions, right, you can save they can save a draft and edit later, or submit for approval. Okay, once you submit for approval, in the invoice list, this invoice will appear under this part, waiting for approval. And then you can do nothing. They can do nothing. But as a manager or as a supervisor, you can go to the invoice list here, and under this waiting approval, you see you have this button, check all, uncheck all, and also approve button. So you can either view this invoice. Okay, after you verify the price is correct and the charges, everything no problem, then you can click the approve here. Approve. The system will start for submission. Start to submit the e-invoice. Or if there's many invoices, you can use this check all to quickly tick all the invoice in the list and then click approve. Then system will approve in one shot. Some customer issue invoice once a week, so their clerk will enter the invoice in Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and then maybe in Thursday or Friday, manager come in and check everything, then approve it all once for all. So they will submit in one shot. Okay. How can we register the same debtor under trade and non-trade debtor? You have to for same company, right? You have to create two debtor code. If you have a debtor control account for trade and non-trade debtor control account, that means you have to create two different debtor code. Maggie, hi, how about customer without TIN number? Like office management for residential building, they don't submit in something, so no TIN number. That means you only can issue the normal invoice without the TIN, and then you submit as a consolidated e-invoice. Okay, this is for approval. I just let you know the features. Okay. Sometimes you might need to issue invoice to cancel the whole invoice, to issue the credit note to cancel the whole sales, right? If you want to issue one credit note for one invoice, you can right click and then transfer or full transfer to a new partial or full transfer to a new credit note. This is one invoice to one CN. Okay. Or maybe you used to use this sales credit note here to create a new invoice, new credit note, and transfer from invoice. You also can do that. So this allow you to have multiple invoice to one CN. You can have multiple invoice. This is a full document, or this is a partial item. So sometimes you return stock. The stock consists of the item from different invoices. Then you can do this partial transfer. So there's no difference from what you are doing right now. Okay, so just that you need to approve and submit for, okay, key in the reason and then submit for approval for the e-invoice. So the way you're doing your job, right, no difference. Okay, let me check the things. But telecommunication industry compulsory need to issue e-invoice. You can use, because telecommunication, if you bill the customer for some telecommunication plan, they sign up, they have their own invoice, they have their IC. They have their own IC, right? If this is a personal, then you register your customer in tax and duty maintenance and then you register the IC here. There's an individual. You select my card and then enter the IC, and then you can search a TIN also, so you can issue the e-invoice. Referring to office management. Do you mind to open your mind and then elaborate about your scenario or your situations? You are billing to management office or billing? You are the management office that bill to customer, to bill to the end user. Okay, let me continue. We can discuss about it later. So credit note, any questions for credit note or debit note that involve? Okay. So if no, I think this already cover the part for standard e-invoice. How to handle standard e-invoice, right? This part usually is covered. Okay, so the next part is the consolidated e-invoice. Okay, if you have invoice, some of the invoice are not valid, right? It's not no e-invoice status. E-invoice status is not valid, invalid, or it's blank. Then those invoice you need to submit as a standard consolidated e-invoice. For you to do that, you go to e-invoice. There's a consolidated e-invoice options, a function. Click new. Select the date range until today's date. You might, if you are using cash sales, credit note, and AL credit note, debit note, right? You can tick all together. Don't worry. For those module that without consolidated e-invoice, it will be blank. It will be ignored. Just tick all. I think easier. It will separate into different file. Okay. Once you generate, and then yes, so system will show you like this. Automatically, it will update the invoice number in their consolidated e-invoice entry. Okay, so either it's single or it's by range. It will put in like this. It's automatically. You don't need to do so much, worry so much. Okay, so the buyer name is a general public. It's actually EI001. System will use this automatically. EI 90 and 10. Okay, system is auto lah. This one is auto. So just save it and then let system submit for you. I'm using the testing, that is a pre-prod server. So there are sometimes there's an error. Don't worry. In your actual one, don't have such things. Because consolidated e-invoice recently all submissions have error. Don't know why. Okay, so this is a consolidated e-invoice. Nothing much you need to worry about. Just need to make sure if you have this invoice, you must do it before 7 of next month. Let's say now it's later you have finished your January sales. You must do it in 7th of February, before 7th of February. This is the last day. Okay. Okay. The next part is sell bill. Okay. Sell bill have a few scenario only. Let me go show you about the sell bill icon, the code. Okay, under e-invoice, there's a sell bill. Okay. When you create a new sell bill, so you see the classification code here. Actually, this item, the first item 009, is not related to you unless you are Shopee, Lazada, and TikTok, those kind of e-commerce company. And this 033 is not related to you unless you are Magnum Toto and Genting. Okay, the rest you might, if you are doing imported goods, this 034 you will use it. If you import from overseas, it's the things is a goods, right? Then you need to do this, use this. If you import service, that means you buy ads, advertisements from Google, from Facebook, then the invoice that you enter, right, is actually an imported service, or you buy a subscription from Google, from Microsoft, and those kind of subscription also is belongs to this imported goods, imported service. Okay, so this sell bill others is for the case like you pay rental. You pay rental to the individual, and not a company. Company, they will charge you invoice, right? For you pay to the rental, landlord actually is an individual, then you need to use this sell bill. For you to pay commission to the, not your staff, not your company staff, not in your company payrolls persons, right? You pay anything, either commission or any wages, you have to use this 037. And this is, you pay non-monetary payment. So this one, so far I don't have encountered any question, any things like this, but it could be you give a present to someone which is not your company staff lah. This might be the code that you need to use for the sell bill. Okay. So sell bill have this a few scenario, and from top here you can see we actually can copy from cash book, we can copy from ALCN, we can copy from purchase invoice, cash purchase, purchase return, and also we can copy from AP invoice, AP debit note, and big credit note. So if you, all the while you're keying in your supplier invoice in AP, right, it's fine. It's fine. You can copy from there. If you have stock control, you're keying everything in a purchase invoice, then you can copy from purchase invoice. Okay. Now I will show you how to do this when you have purchase invoice from an overseas supplier. Let's say you buy anything from the overseas supplier, buy a pen from this supplier. So this is the supplier invoice, 500 US dollar, and then the rate is 4.1, and then you save it. Okay. So in order for you to do this, right, make sure you have this TIN number linked to your creditor also. So TIN number for foreign business, TIN number actually is blank. It's blank. Business registration also blank. Okay, and then the company is different. It's not Malaysia, and then the rest you just enter accordingly. So this is a TIN number that for this foreign business, foreign company, foreign supplier or customer, supplier. Okay, so you save this and then done. So this is the invoice, and if this invoice you have do the sell bill before, and the sell bill number will display here, and then actually you can double click and then zoom into the sell bill, the respective sell bill bracket. So from here you can see whether this has a sell bill or not. Okay. To do sell bill, we have a few methods. One is one supplier invoice to one sell bill. Okay, that means you can right click the purchase invoice and then convert and transfer it to a new sell bill. Okay, so from here you double check their classification code, see whether it's correct or not, because now it's 036. 036 is for others, which is incorrect because you import pens from overseas. So this is imported goods. You should use 034. Okay, so 034, the currency rate is follow your invoice rate. Annexure, this tab, annexure, is where you need to enter the important part is the K1 and K9 form number, reference number you key in here, and informations, the other informations. So this is one-to-one. It's easier because this rate, right, is follow this invoice rate. Okay, approved. And then it will link to this source document, your purchase invoice document. So once you do that, you will see the self-bill document number appear at this column. Okay, this is one-to-one. Another way is you have multiple invoice. You want to do it in one self-bill. Okay, then you need to go e-Invoice self-bill there to create a new invoice, then copy from purchase invoice, or you want to copy from AP invoice also can. Okay, so you search. Okay, once you search, right, the invoice that show here are the invoice that is not yet transferred to self-bill, because we have an option here, exclude copied document. It means if the invoice already copied to the self-bill, it will be excluded. Okay, it means let's say I untick this one, I search again, it will show all the supplier invoice. Okay, you search again, and now only the uncopied self-bill will appear here. So I want to do for the same supplier. Okay, because I have a customer, 1 month they have maybe 50 shipment. So they have 50 supplier invoice. They want to do it in one shot, but want to key in all the BRN in all the K1 and K9 form in one cell bill, right? That is possible. That is possible, huh? Okay, and so you select a few supplier invoice. Okay, so usually we use normal copy. Normal copy, that means every invoice that you select, right, will be one line. Okay, if you copy as a consolidated cell bill, at the moment it's okay. For 6 months, right, you still do you can do the consolidated cell bill, because but after the 6 months, it's not allowed already. So better you don't do this. Or you generate multiple cell bill, split into different documents by document. So if you select the third options, you select 3 cell bill, right? Purchase invoice, it will split into 3 cell bill. This one also is a good choice, but you will have a lot of cell documents to enter. But it's the rate, right? For different, if your rate for different purchase invoice is different, right? Then you have to do this, because different cell bill have their own exchange rate. If you do this normal copy, you only have one rate here. Only have one rate. So this could lead to a inconsistency, because the first invoice could be different rate, second invoice could be different rate, right? If you only like do this, right, it could there's a difference on exchange rate. Yes. So this is where imported goods, and because there are 3 shipment, you can have a 3 document custom document, right? This document number is very you can enter a lot. AutoCount my invoice portal also already update that. This one can keep a lot of documents. At least 50 documents you can enter inside this column. They already enlarge the size of this field. Okay, so just approve. So this is a submissions. So this is how do sell bill for imported goods. Same goes to imported service. Just you need to select different classification code. And here you can see this overseas supplier, their PIN number actually is EI 030. System automatically will use this. Okay. Okay. Another scenario is from cash book. It means you enter your purchase and then your purchase, overseas purchase in cash book, it means you make payment to overseas supplier or overseas landlord. This is the case. Okay, maybe you have a foreign landlord. Okay, so you pay for rental from your bank into your own expenses account. Okay, this is a normal transactions, right? So to do sale bill for this, you can right click, copy to a new sale bill. Okay, but here, the foreign landlord, right? You also need to enter their PIN. Okay, because it's individual, either it's individual, then you use a general public PIN, or you can get their IC and then search their PIN number. So this part you need to check with your supplier. If this is overseas supplier that you enter into tax entity maintenance, then you can select from this list. This is from your tax entity maintenance. Let's say this is an overseas supplier also, then it will use this TIN number. And the classification code depends on what the things you are paying for. So 036 is for if you pay for rental. And pay for commission, it's the same thing. So pay for commission, you can right click your payment voucher and then to copy into a sale bill. Okay, the sale bill will be look like this. So the code is 3737, which is the commission. And then this is the IC. Either you have if you maintain the IC with the TIN number, right? Then you can use the TIN number. If you only maintain the IC, then you can use this general public TIN. But this is not a good practice. If you can get the IC, that means you can get the TIN number. You straight away submit using TIN number. Any other questions so far? Any deadline for issuing sale bill for other transactions? Okay, sale bill. For sale bill for rental, sale bill for commission, this kind of transactions, right? You must do it before next month, before end of next month. Let's say you are doing the sale bill this month, you must do it. You do the payment voucher this month. Okay, you must do the sale bill before end of next month. This is for normal commission and rental. So if you're buying from overseas, imported service, let's say it's based on the payment invoice or invoice, either way, whichever is earlier. Let's say you receive the invoice today, you must do the sale bill submissions before end of next month. Okay, if you make payment today but you know you receive invoice, you also need to do the sale bill before end of next month. Those kind of rules, right? I have write down. You might come to my website. There's a small FAQ. The sale bill for employment income. Okay, PIN number. Okay. How to sell bill or imported goods, imported service. Those I have the answer here. Okay, so for imported goods, actually it's based on the clearance, the custom clearance, because the goods imports from overseas, they need to needs a few weeks to reach customs. So after the custom clearance, let's say you clear today, you need to do the sale bill before end of next month. So those have an answer here. You can go to my website. There's a simple FAQ. If you have more questions that need me to put into a FAQ here, and then you let me know, and I can write down. Okay. Wages also sale bill. If this staff, right, is in your payroll. In your payroll, that means you don't need to do sale bill, because you do your PCB, you do your KWSP at the end of the year. You also need to submit your form D, right, something like that. Okay, so those are already in the system. So for employee, you do not need to do self bill. But if you pay for commissions or referral fees or to some other third party that is not your staff, that one you need to do self bill. Okay. Staff claim also need to do self bill. Staff claim, what kind of staff claim? Is let's say like petrol, entertainment, all those, right? Try to get e-invoice as much as possible and bill to your company. Try lah. If you cannot get it, just take it as a normal claim. If those less than 500, right? It's a normal claim. Then you can, as strict as your current practice, just enter into company expenses. But if you go to search to some of the forum or Facebook, right? They have a contract, right, between company and staff. Better you have the contract like this. So saying that the amount, the claim, how much, less than 500, those kind of terms and conditions, you can cover. The company will cover these expenses. So that means you don't need to do e-invoice for all the small expenses. So those claims are less than 500, like you can do this one. You can do it as your normal practice, your current practice. But if the big sum, right, better you request e-invoice from, if let's say for hotel, from any expense, big expenses. Okay, any other questions? Basically, you have all this covered, the basic function covered already. Okay, now there are a few new features, okay, which is called import supplier e-invoice from my invoice portal, and also synchronize e-invoice request from my invoice portal. Okay, so these two functions is why we need to have this, right? Okay, this synchronized e-invoice reject request from my invoice is because now you submit e-invoice to a customer. Okay, submit already. Within 72 hours, actually your customer have rights to reject this invoice. They can go log into their My Invoice portal and then reject it. So rejected e-invoice, right? Before this, we don't know. AutoCount don't know this happened in My Invoice portal. But you need to come here and then do this synchronize. Then system will know this happened already in My Invoice portal and need to update into AutoCount and then cancel the invoice in AutoCount. So this is where you need to come and check, because we will not get the informations, we will not get the notifications unless the end of the day there's a summary from your LHDN, from My Invoice portal. They will send you a summary regarding this, but you might miss out. So better you daily you come here and check the status out, because it's within 3 days you can cancel the invoice. So reject, customer can reject within 3 days. So these are things where you need to come and check regularly. Okay, another thing is e-invoice here. There's a import supplier e-invoice from My Invoice portal. Okay, first you can do the synchronize first. You can synchronize 1 whole year or 1 month only. The invoice you start and then you save. Okay, let's system synchronize for you. So it will check on your My Invoice portal. Okay, their invoice from the supplier to you. Okay, so here there's a AutoCount document number. Actually, it's blank by default. It's blank. Okay, so in order for you to counter check whether this invoice you already key into AutoCount or not, you can use this reconcile. You click the reconcile button. You put in the date range. Sometimes you need to put in more than 1 month, in 1 month earlier or a few months earlier to do the filter. Okay, then apply inquiry. So if inquiry, here show match, which means you already enter into AutoCount, same invoice number, and then system will show you here match, then you update. So for those not match, right, you can import into AutoCount. So this is not match. So you can double click. Okay, you can double click here. Okay, there you can also reject from here. You reject from here. Also, you update the status in my invoice portal. If this is wrongly billed, okay, it happens. Sometimes customer bill to company, our company, but it appears other debtors of information. So this is wrong. So you might reject first, okay, and then to inform your supplier. Okay, here there's an import functions, convert to purchase invoice. If you have the item, this is the item you need to update your stock, so it will convert to purchase invoice, or you can convert to cash sales, cash purchase, and also can convert to AP invoice. Yeah. So if convert to AP invoice like this, you need to update your purchase account accordingly. Purchase, you want to post to which purchase account. If you convert to purchase invoice, okay, the item code is not linked. So you might need to enter, manually select. But for you to, for the system to automatically link this description to one item code, right? It's possible. Okay, it's possible. So you have to copy this item code, this description, your supplier description. Okay. And also you need to do a maintenance first. So in next time you can, it will be automatically linked to one particular item. Okay. So this is a supplier item mapping. You need to maintain this. Supplier item mapping, you pass. Here you put in your creditor code. So we just, there is no such creditor. So you need to maintain the creditor and also maintain the item. Okay. Credit, for example, just for example only, I'm not going to show you exactly. So you select which item, and then this is the original system description. But here is the supplier item description. You can paste here. But it will when this match, right, system will automatically use this item code in when you do the import into purchase invoice. So these are the features, and you might you can try it out. It's not very hard to learn to use this, but it's good thing to do consolidations, because sometimes the supplier bill some items, right, you might miss out, and then you forgot the key into AutoCount, into your accounting system, so you miss out some bill. So it was good to use this to consolidate, to match your purchase imports. This is two functions. Okay, the import e-invoice submission status is for viewing only. You can search and then see what are the status for all the existing invoices. Just search only. And easy for you to view for viewing. Okay. So far, any other questions? It's 4:30. Okay, so I'll come back to Maggie's questions. We are core billing the office management for a residential condo. So which means you bill to JMB. You bill to JMB. I think JMB also have their own registrations of TIN number. You can check with them, because they also need to register My Invoice portal in order for them to use My Invoice. Because most of the JMB also will start using it. Some will see next year, January, and some will start in July. So they should have their own TIN My Invoice registrations. So from there, you can get their PIN number. I'm not sure whether I'm answering your questions. Is it what items are you billing to the customer? Telephone bill. If you cannot get the, because it's not individual, you know. It's organizations. They should have TIN. I think they should have. This one we confirm again. Confirm again. You text me later. We will discuss later. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. If no questions, then you can go. We will end these sessions, right? So you can go to visit my website and then to view. And today's video I might upload here, but maybe on Friday or tomorrow lah. I will see whether it takes some time to update. And okay. So and then also you can get a Q&A here related to some of the cell bill common questions. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thanks for your times to join this meeting, and hope that everything will go smooth. You feel free to contact us if you have any challenge while doing this e-invoice thing. Okay, see you guys. Bye. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you.